and welcome to another episode of the Chaos Chronicles.
Navigating the randomness.
I'm Jess.
I'm Connie.
And we are back for more Reddit stories for you guys this week.
Yes, before we get too deep into things, just a reminder, you can find us on all of our social media. They are linked in the description below. We would very much appreciate a like, subscribe, and follow. And speed running it through, I'm going to try to get this quicker and quicker each time. For those who are just joining us, hi, welcome to the Chaos. Jess compiles these wonderful Reddit stories, and you and I get to react to them in real time. And if you're coming back to join us, hi, you will see me again lose my sanity.
Probably.
I don't know. There were some bad ones recently where I just shaking my head.
Well, today we are actually going to be pretty recent. I found one from 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. What does the internet have in store for us today?
So we're back in Connie's favorite subreddit, Am I the A-hole?
It's just a nice little wrapped up area. Sometimes.
So we begin. Am I the a-hole for running away to give birth? I, 23 female, and my husband, 25 male, have been together for 4 years, married for 2, and we were expecting our first child. My relationship with my mother-in-law was never amazing, but before this, she always kept to herself, and so did I. And for the record, my relationship with my husband's father and brother was always really good. When I got pregnant, I told my husband that I wanted to keep it a secret for at least the 3-month mark because my own mother miscarried 5 times between me and my younger siblings. So I thought that this fact could affect my pregnancy. And because I remember the heartbreak of my mom losing all those babies, I didn't want our families to feel it. He totally agreed and even said it would be our cool little secret. 2 days after I told him, I got a text from my mother-in-law saying that she knew it was a girl and that it was selfish of me to keep the news of her baby girl away from her and her family.
Hold up, is this the same lady from last week or last time or whatever? What?
I feel like all these crazy mother-in-laws have to be related somehow.
My word. If we ever get to the point where we are actually generating funds on this podcast, I would love to have just a standby psychiatrist or psychologist, an expert for the podcast to just be yo, real quick, phone a friend, Dr. Freud, what's going on here? Because
that would be cool if we could do that one day. We'd need to be generating a lot of funds for that, though. So make sure you're following.
Yes, please.
Just for the record, I was around 4 weeks pregnant at that point, so I had no idea about the gender myself, so I don't know where that came from. I confronted my husband to what he replied, quote, "You were not expecting me to hide this from my mom, right? She deserves to know it was my child too." I was furious and didn't talk with him for around a week after this. It's like, you guys agreed.
Only a week? Honey, I can't say because I'm not in that position, but that's a major foundational trust thing to break. I don't know if you're coming back from that.
I don't know. If I was in that position, it's like you guys agreed. If you didn't want to do it, don't agree.
No, and the husband's got to have an inkling of the not good relationship between his wife and his mother, and that in conjunction with the having agreed on it. Yeah, those two things. I'm ooh, that's a disrespect. Leave. That's just me.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. Something tells me it does not get better as the story goes on.
Given the title.
No.
Needless to say that in the week after this incident, everyone knew I was pregnant. And people were mad at me for wanting privacy on this. I think it's like uncommon nowadays to tell, or it's becoming more common, but most people wait until their first trimester is over before telling most people.
Yeah. Shoot, I remember finding out someone I'm close to was pregnant at 8 weeks and they were announcing to everyone. And I remember thinking, kind of
That's
early.
early. Mm-hmm.
I was like, you don't want to wait a couple more weeks?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, everything worked out.
Yeah. I mean, to each their own. If you want to announce it as soon as, the stick has two lines instead of one, go for it. It's just not as common. I feel like that is becoming more common though, that people are announcing earlier and earlier. But I
Yeah,
wouldn't I would never call someone selfish for not wanting to tell people before they're ready.
no, not at all. I mean, I know folks who they have only disclosed that they're pregnant to people who absolutely have a need to know for employment or other particular reason.
Yeah,
And then they don't disclose they're pregnant until they get past the point where they usually had lost their previous pregnancies,
right. Yeah.
which totally fine.
Hmm.
No one's offended. Okay, let me rephrase. No one who genuinely cares about the pregnant person and the
Yeah.
child is offended.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah.
I think it's weird to be offended.
Yeah. I mean, the only position that I can see is if you're like, if your job would put you or a baby at risk even that early, like that is something that needs to be disclosed ASAP. But otherwise, I don't see a world in where that is okay.
Yeah, no, 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 no. That's, mm-mm, I don't know. My whole train of thought on that is I'm not looking forward to telling people outside of a very select handful of people, Jess being one of them. But let's be honest, you're going to be on FaceTime with me while I'm waiting for the test results.
Hee
But yeah, no, outside of that, I'm like, I'm not looking forward to having to tell work or extended people. It's just, no thanks.
Then the harassment from my mother in law started. At around 4 months, me and my husband went to visit family and left my mother in law responsible for watering the plants. When we came back, a whole nursery was made, all of them with the name Olga Bertha painted on the wall. Keep in mind that I still had no idea about the gender, and of course, this is an extreme privacy violation. I had a harsh conversation with her. She cried. And then my husband was mad at me because I was so mean to his mom.
Oh, there are layers to unpack there. One,
Yeah,
making changes to someone's home when they're gone, so
not okay.
disrespectful. So disrespectful. Two, choosing a name and then putting that name on things in the home that you changed without permission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and not that there's anything wrong with the name Olga. I know Olga's.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Olga's the nicest person I know.
Mm-hmm.
I've met Bertas. I haven't met a Bertha. Not saying anything's bad with that, but those are both names that you should be choosing yourself,
Yes.
not your.
Well, it's like
No. What?
the name is so like, I don't know, it's so
German.
important.
Oh,
German.
I meant this. Yeah, the name is so. Oh.
The name is such a big deal for people. And also, she doesn't even know the gender. What if it's a boy? We don't know at this point.
Olgo Berto. Olgo Berto.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. And then her husband getting mad at her because she was too mean to his mom.
You know what this is giving? It was, I cannot remember the name of the episode. The one that we got super invested in she was having a baby. Turns out her fiance or boyfriend, fiance, was hooking up with his twin sister.
I think they were husband and wife, but yes.
Were they husband and wife?
I thought they were married because they were talking about having to go through a divorce.
Oh,
Or
I remember
maybe
custody, but I don't remember divorce.
it was just custody. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, because remember it started off with like her saying, "I'm going to be the maid of honor," the crazy twin sister. Yeah, the engaged. Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing where, in that case, the fiance was more concerned about his twin sister. Why is the husband here more concerned about his mom? The only mom he should be concerned about at that moment is the mom of his child.
Speaking of, I figured it had been a few days since I had gone to see if there was another update, and there is another update from her. So we're not doing that right now.
Yes, but we'll circle back. Got it.
We will be circling back to that guy.
Good.
Yeah, but that is totally exactly, you are exactly spot on. That is exactly what it sounds like. Ugh.
God. We've had too much Game of Thrones stuff recently. Please, please, no.
But this was just the beginning of the harassment. She was sending me articles every day about the bad effects of working out during pregnancy. I don't even think I can go into that. I think I just have to glaze over that one because criticizing what I had for each meal. Started crying because I want to exclusively breastfeed. And she literally said, quote, "Feeding my baby is a critical bonding moment. You're stealing that from me."
Oh, no, 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 no. This is like last week or whatever week that was where mom had crossed out the wife's name on the baby shower
Yeah.
instructions, but son and I are welcoming. Why? Why am I asking that? There's not a good answer.
Boy moms. Some boy, the boy moms.
The boy moms, not boy moms, boy moms.
And then also for not wanting visitors for 1 month, and then the delivery room. Which, why is that such a big issue now? Everyone wants to be in the delivery room.
That's so weird to me.
You don't need an audience. I don't want an audience.
No, I told you about one of my cousins where she had her sister-in-laws or her husband, obviously, and I think mother-in-law. And I'm like, yo, y'all are close and I'm happy for you. No, thank you.
Nope.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Literally the only people I would have in there would be my husband, Jess. Maybe my mom, maybe Jody. Yeah. Otherwise, I would be like, no one else needs to be there.
Limited amount of people.
Yes. And as much as I love my mother-in-law, if she was like, "I'm going to be there," I'd be like, "Look, I love you, but no, you ain't."
Absolutely not. Nope.
Trust me, no one's more excited to see the grandbaby than I am. But I go, no. No.
Nope. To sum it up, she wanted to be there. I said no, I only wanted my husband there. She seemed a little hurt, but never talked about it again. Until my husband was showering and a message popped up. We had a lunch date that day, so I assumed it was the location, so I opened it to find hundreds of messages of their plan on how she would get into the delivery room when I was too tired to argue to see her baby being born.
Holy no. No. Get away from the husband. Get away from him. Oh my gosh. I don't trust him at all. Get him off all of your medical power of attorney. Absolutely not. Oh my gosh, get out.
Horrible.
Horrible.
I cried a lot when I was alone, not gonna lie to you guys, but then I made peace with it On that Monday, I told him that I was going to spend some days with my parents, and if something happened, I would tell him. I drove from North Carolina to Florida, where my family is, went into labor, gave birth with my mom and two sisters in the room to a healthy baby boy without my husband's knowledge.
Yeah, good for her. I'm glad baby's healthy. Hopefully she's healthy.
Now to the present. My son is now 2 weeks old, and I finally told my husband what I did. He is driving down here and yelled at me for giving birth without him and for not including him on the birth certificate or name choice, and keeps saying that he and his mom will sue me. So, am I the a-hole for running away to give birth? I think your brain is broken over there.
I think that people have a fundamental misunderstanding of the law, of court systems, and of common sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is taking so much work to make this safe for the internet language.
We do have a couple edits before an update if you would like to hear those.
Yes.
So, edit 1, it seems that there are a lot of comments about the name in the nursery. Olga Bertha was not written, but close enough. Olga is a fake version of my mother-in-law's name and Bertha of my mother-in-law's mother. About the
Sorry. Oh, that's a double. Ooh.
So you are going to name your child, who I have decided that it's going to be a girl, by the way. I know you don't know, but I just have a feeling and I know. And you have to now name your baby girl my name and my mother's name. You have no choice. That's all.
No. No. All I can say is I hope that OP took pictures in the nursery, took screenshots of all this, because when this ends up in court, which I have a feeling it will, but not for the reason husband thinks,
Yeah.
he's going to want those as exhibits.
I hope she took some pictures of the husband and mother-in-law's conversations about waiting till she's too tired to argue for her being in the room. That's so not okay. That is an insane level of disrespect that I can't even comprehend.
No. To me, that not only is it going against what she has said, it's specifically doing it in a way knowing that they won't have her consent, but trying to find a time when they can bulldoze over it anyway.
Yeah.
So her consent doesn't mean anything to them.
No, it means absolutely nothing.
Disrespect. You can't. I'm sorry. Okay, am I an expert on anything? No. Other than maybe stubbing my toe in the middle of the night. That freaking science. But I don't think that's love. I think that's a control thing where I don't think you can truly love someone and not respect them. And if you're the person, in this case, OP, you gotta get out, man. That's
scary.
Worse and worse.
Yeah, that's scary because this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
what about when you're healing, 6 weeks afterwards, because you have the dinner plate size wound and he's going to want stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or mother-in-law's doing this and this and this, and she's sneaking formula in and you didn't.
Yeah,
Why
it's
is this
just
my favorite thread? Why is this my favorite thread?
Hey, you liked it, so I found one.
No, I'm just questioning my own life choices. Actually, no, I am not similar to
No.
any of the folks in these stories. So no, great life. I have a great life.
We're doing great. We're doing awesome. Continuing that first edit, about the 2 weeks of not telling him, We were not on good terms, just texting, so it was not hard to hide, honestly. Update 1. Hey guys, first of all, thank you so much for the messages. Some people asked for an update, and I'm here for it. The last 48 hours were the most insane I've ever had, honestly. Oh, and this update was posted a month ago, by the way. So, to go back to where we left off, my husband arrived yesterday afternoon. Can you guess who also came?
No.
Yeah, his mom. Nothing I wasn't already expecting, but it's always surprising. When his car pulled up, my mother in law was the first to come out. They both got out. My child was in my old bedroom in my parents' house with my sister and mother, and in the living room, my brothers, dad, me, and them. The first thing that came out of her mouth was, "Quit the BS. My baby is a girl, right?" I said that my baby is a male. My family confirmed. My mother in law's face completely changed. She started crying, saying that this one was meant to be a girl. And if she knew I would give her another boy, she wouldn't have been so nice to me.
Oh,
That was nice, Connie. She was being nice.
that's. Uh-huh. Okay.
For context, my husband has only one brother, and he is already done having kids. He has 3 boys.
It's the my baby.
It is not your baby. It is not your baby. I don't know how many times I have to say this on Reddit posts. It is not your baby.
I was literally just thinking that. I was like, I feel like this has been said.
It has been said many times. And unfortunately to mother-in-laws.
Yeah. Which, again, thank God you and I are good, but I can tell you right now, if I hear anyone referring to my child or your child as their child, I'll be like, no. No.
No.
No.
I told her to go F herself. This child is mine, not hers. And surely I didn't have a baby so she could fulfill her weird desires.
Yes.
Yeah. She was about to raise her voice, but my brother stopped her and told her that it wouldn't be accepted in this house, and he asked her to leave and wait for my husband in the car. Yes, after she found out the gender, she didn't even ask to see him, by the way. She left, giving me dirty looks, but did leave. My husband looked at me and asked me how could I rob him of this moment. As you can imagine, I replied with the plan that they had. He turned pale, and then I think it all clicked together in his little brain. I enjoyed that a little too much.
I did too. That was like, it made my soul feel good.
I feel happy again.
There is good in the world.
He started apologizing and saying that it was just to shush his mom and that he would never actually do it. But after being pressured, his speech changed to, quote, "But I'm also going through a lot in the delivery room. I need support." Buddy.
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 Your job is to be the support. You don't need the support. Your job is to be the support.
Mm-hmm. And if you can't handle that, don't be having a kid.
Don't have a kid.
Yeah, no, that's whew.
I mean, like, sure, you can have your support on standby just in case you do need them, but not in the room.
No. No, 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 no. Hide it. What? Why? Why do I ask why? There is no why.
There is no answer to that, Connie.
Audacity. Audacity is the reason.
My whole family started laughing in his face. He got angry and demanded to know my son's name and to see him. I told him the name and allowed him to see him from afar. I he asked to hold him and I declined. Yeah, I would have done the same in that.
Honestly, she's being nicer than I would.
Be
I
like,
mean,
I wouldn't even let him see him.
see him. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I want to let her hit. Now it's
I know.
okay.
Sorry.
It's hard. I wouldn't let him see him.
Yeah,
And I mean, I'm so big on names. I don't even know if I'd say the name unless I was like obligated to. But
minimal information
mm-hmm.
because that's what he deserves at this point. After this, I talked alone with him and told him that I wanted a divorce. He cried, pleaded, and asked for another chance. I told him that my decision was final and that he didn't have to financially support my child, but that our marriage was over. I asked him to come around the next day so we can discuss this better. Then he came. His eyes were puffy, and I'm guessing from crying, and he and his mom came here, looked at my husband and said out loud that he should give me a divorce and forget about this kid since it was a boy. He should find a woman that would give him a girl. I finally saw that dude get a little bit of a backbone and he told her to get out, that she already ruined enough. She yelled as expected and left.
Too
He,
little, too late, dude. Too little, too late.
yeah, no, you're beyond the passive point. That you're beyond the point of no return. You're done. He cried and told me he finally understood the kind of harm his mom was making to our family and told me that if I needed him to go to North Carolina with her to save our marriage, he would. I told him that I needed time to think and told him to give me some days. He is returning to North Carolina, and in about a week, he will come down again so we can talk. Now, I know what he did was horrible, but being a single mom at 23 is not ideal. And whether I like it or not, I still feel something for this man. Any opinions and recommendations are welcome.
I am forgetting how young she is in this.
I know she's only 23.
She's so
She
young.
just sucks. Yeah.
I don't really have standing to say this. From what I've seen, both close to me and not as close, and through other ways, it is harder to be a married single parent than it is to be a true single parent. And oftentimes, becoming a legal single parent often relieves a burden because you actually have one less child in your life, your spouse.
Which is a really good point.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what, everything is a tough decision, and I know a lot of people still try to tough it out for the kids, but are you really helping your kids in that situation? That's what you got to back up and ask yourself.
And be brutally honest on that one.
Yeah.
Because that is the big thing, especially, well, I mean, I know she had a boy here, but just in general terms with society, girls usually end up with bad partners. Boys end up with bad partners. We see it all the time as well. But when a child sees how their same-sex parent is treated by the opposite sex parent or by the partner, if it's the same sex relation, whatever it is, the child thinks that's love, that's what a relationship, that's what family's supposed to be. So if they grow up seeing what behavior is really toxic and disrespectful and they internalize that as normal, that's what they're going to accept for themselves. And so you are perpetuating a life not just of your own suffering, but of your child's suffering. If that makes any form of sense.
It does. Yeah. Would you like the next update?
I need the next update. Yeah.
Hey guys, here I am again. I think some people saw what happened between me and my husband regarding my mother in law and my birth. Here I am again to ask for advice. Since you internet strangers were so helpful last time, I will link the post here so anyone that's just arrived can have some background. After my husband left Florida, I went back to my apartment with my baby and sobbed for 2 days. I don't want to be a single mom at 23. I don't want my son to grow up without a dad. I don't want to date or marry again. So, yesterday, my husband called me and asked to come down to Florida to talk to me, just him and me, and I said yes. I will say, because of the her grammar and stuff, I'm giving so much leniency. I understand the situation she's in. I don't know who's in Florida and who's in North Carolina at this point because she just is interchanging them, and I have no idea who's where.
Yeah, it's a little tricky, but either way, we know that they are states apart.
Yes, they are states apart. Yep. So I just wanted to clarify that because I have no clue at this point because it's like 50-50. So my husband called me and asked to come down to Florida to talk to me, just him and me, and I said yes. For the ones worried for my safety around him, just me and him, don't worry if it ever came to that. He has no chance with me. I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 15 years. But for the record, he was never aggressive or anything like that.
Just manipulative and shady behind your back.
Yeah, which also was not great.
No.
Today he came down, he came in, the baby was sleeping in his nursery, and we talked. He came alone and basically unwrapped all that happened in the last 4 days. He told me that he and his mom had the biggest discussion ever, that she was extremely disrespectful toward me, my child, and him. And according to him, when he told her that the man determines the gender and showed her proof, she flipped out, called him names, and said that he was a POS and good for nothing. And he went completely no contact. This is obviously what he told me, and I was not there.
Yeah.
We talked, and I told him my rules. 1, his mom is done here. No contact at all forever, besides extreme medical emergencies on her end or death. 2, individual therapy for both of us and couples counseling. 3, he needs to move to Florida with me. We need to sell the house in North Carolina. I'll sell my apartment here, and we will buy a house here. 4, he takes care of all the moving, mine, his, all the baby stuff we have there, his job, selling the home, everything. He immediately agreed to it all. We hugged, cried a lot, and he finally held the baby for the first time. We cried a lot. He stayed a little longer, and we talked about how life will look moving forward. He left now, and he kissed me before leaving. Then I called my family and friends, and my parents are supportive, but my siblings and friends are mad at me and think I'm wrong. My best friend even said that my hormones are not allowing me to think. Now I'm pretty lost. That's the end of the update. Which is just
Anything more after that?
no.
Oh.
I know. I feel so bad for this girl. But that was also, it's also telling me that that was a month ago. So we might get an update eventually. We can keep an eye on her as well. This is just a sad situation. Like, I understand you don't want to be divorced at 23. And I mean, he says he's doing all this stuff, and he, for the time being, is doing all that stuff. But no one changes overnight.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, the trust and the disrespect thing. He dropped a nuke on it.
Yeah,
On
he
their
did.
foundation. the relationship, the trust.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, you can rebuild.
You
It's
can.
never going to be the same. And you're going to have to take extra precautions because now you're dealing with radioactive waste and debris.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
I mean, I do applaud her for, setting her own boundaries and her own rules. I just hope that if, he starts breaking those rules that she put into play or start like, I don't know, maybe skips therapy every once in a while, hopefully she is strong enough to stand her ground on those.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the hard thing. You can have boundaries and you can communicate those boundaries.
Yep.
It's hard to enforce them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what her friends and her siblings are probably getting at.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, as an older sister myself, I get it. I don't know where she's at in the order, but I can tell you one thing. I still do not necessarily have goodwill towards the exes who are not kind to my sisters. And I feel like that's just kind of a sibling thing because
Mm-hmm.
the time you are so bonded together. So I understand where they're coming from. I can understand where the friend's coming from because I'm assuming the friend is in that same age range, which, y'all, your early 20s, I don't miss that.
I
That
would
is
never go back. Uh-uh.
no. Like, I love the fun stuff that, like, you and I did and all that. Like, that's great. That's wonderful. Granted, at this point, I think like 3% of my DNA is probably cheese balls or cheese puffs from our early
the
20s.
the amount that we consumed, we would go through like a whole freaking those
The big
big
oops ones, yeah.
we would go through a whole one in one night, guys. Like a whole one. Every single hangout, it was who is getting the big jug of cheese balls.
Oh my god. I swear I'm actually like tasting it in my like as I remember it.
I
Oh,
I swear I have pictures upon pictures of Connie holding a big thing of cheese balls.
whenever I see cheese balls to this day, I'm like, oh Jess. Oh my god. Like that part, that's fine.
Yeah,
But I'm trying to imagine like remembering how we were at that age, now trying to be single parents and then
absolutely not.
trying to be a friend to someone going through that. I can see myself being frustrated at that age because I do remember being frustrated with friends who were in relationships where I was like, he's not treating me well.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how this is going to go for her because she's either going to have to toughen up against her siblings and her friend
Mm-hmm.
or she's going to have to strike a balance. But either way, this is not going to be an easy road for her.
No, no matter what happens, it's not going to be easy, unfortunately.
No, no, and like not to. I'm never the one to perpetuate the stereotype that once a child is born, a mother loses her identity and everything's for the child. I'm not saying that. I want to preface that. I
Mm-hmm.
actually hate that narrative.
Me too.
It drives me up the friggin' wall. What I will say is that right now, her son, as a newborn, as an infant, he is the priority simply
Mm-hmm.
because he literally does not have another option.
Yeah.
And if she's exclusively breastfeeding, like truly no other option.
Yeah, no, you're kind of stuck in that for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, when you do have a child at first it is you have to make a lot of sacrifices and that is one of them and unfortunately if you're the only one, you're the only one.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to come first until they get a little bit of independence as they grow.
Mm-hmm. And you can still be yourself outside of them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's the thing that drives me nuts where I see folks that they put the responsibilities of being a parent second to wanting to go out and have fun and do
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. And it's like, okay, you don't have to give up fun,
Mhm.
but it's 3 p.m. on a weekday. You cannot be blasted needing
No.
to go pick up your kid from school. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Yeah.
that's not okay. This poor girl. We
I
should track.
know.
My heart just goes out to her.
I will keep hers also. Yeah, I'll keep hers also up just so I can go every once in a while and
Check
be
in on her.
like, "What are you up to?"
Eh, she's 23.
It's
That's younger than my
sad.
sisters.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine having a baby at 23. That would be wild. I know people do it and people do it younger.
I'm just gonna say, one of my aunts, she was done having her 4 children, technically 5, but one twins, and one of them survived. She was barely over 3 pounds, but the other was 2 pounds, and at the time, 50 years ago.
Yeah,
But yeah, she was done with all that by 23, which is crazy to me. Oh my god.
I bought my first house at 23 and that I thought that was awesome. I couldn't imagine having kids, but I bought a house.
You bought a house, which is awesome. I mean, period, in this market, but also at 23. Sorry, I did also just use that on a roofing call because for anyone who lives in an area that gets hail, you know, spam calls that come in where it's, hey, we're in your area and we're a contracting company. We think you might have damage. One called me by a different family member's name. So obviously they
Oh,
just got it off of a list.
yeah.
And I was like, honey, you have the wrong number. And they're like, oh, that's okay. Do you own a house? And no joke, my response was, in this market? Are you kidding? I will give the girl props. She goes, huh, yeah, same. Maybe one day. Have a good night. I hung up and I was like, okay, okay.
Well, at least she took it well.
She took it well. I was like, all right. Totally not the point on this, but oh, it's again 23 and having all that, and who knows what her family network is, her job situation. My heart really goes out to her.
I know. I hope everything goes well for her. I hope whatever is meant to be will happen soon for her, one way or another. It's just the being in limbo sucks, not fully knowing.
So much.
So we are done with our Reddit story for today. However, there has been one person that we've been tracking. The original post was it started with a wedding. So you guys can go and watch that full episode if you want before this. And then there was an update for Memorial Day. And so that we did that update on the worst catfish reveal ever. And it was right in the beginning. And now we have another update. So here we go. Update from 6 days ago. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to pop in and give a brief update on all things around. I've learned some new information regarding Brad and the whole Joffrey situation. I genuinely don't know what to think, so I've elected to just not. But as selfish and convoluted as it may be, I love sharing all of it here and seeing the reactions that everyone has. So, without further ado, baby Joffrey is a boy, so the nickname will be staying regardless of paternity. It sounds like Brad is kind of a real estate guru in my hometown. He and his father own multiple rental properties and run their own property management business. It sounds like the current plan for baby Joffrey is as follows. Brad is going to renovate a triplex that they own. He is going to move into and occupy one of the units. Kayla is going to move in and occupy a second unit, and the third unit is going to be used for the baby. They will figure out a custody schedule, and whenever Brad has his time with the baby, he will stay in the third unit. Whenever Kayla has her time, she will also stay with the baby in that unit. Interesting.
Interesting. Although I do think that's probably good for the baby, just because like the environment's
You
not
don't have
changing.
to, yeah, bounce the baby back. I've never heard of anyone doing that before, though. That's
No.
crazy.
I've I've heard actually of like stories where the kids stayed in the house and then the ex-spouses both got their own apartments, and then during their custody week they'd move back into the house.
Hmm.
So kind of similar, but like, ooh, interesting.
I mean, hey, if you can swing it, I
Yeah.
like it.
To be honest, speaking of swing, when you said
Oh,
there was a
God.
third unit, I totally thought it was gonna be dude, the twin.
Oh, gosh.
What was Mark or whatever? I can't remember his name right
I
now.
don't remember his name right now. Nate.
Nate. There we go.
Nate.
I really thought you were gonna say it was Nate's apartment, and I was like, ooh, messy.
Oh, speaking of, it sounds like the only caveat is that Nate is not allowed on the property.
Good call, Brad. Good call.
Very good call. All of this information I am basically getting through a game of telephone, so take it all with a grain of salt. I do trust the sources, though. I've had a few recent comments on my Memorial Day post, so I wanted to update on the Adams situation. As some speculated, he did end up quitting his job. After a lot of discussion and him basically insisting on my approval, he did end up applying for jobs in my new city. He got news today that he was hired by a real estate company in my city that is developing a new luxury apartment community. He will be moving into one of their units and starting his position come July 7th. He came to town to take a tour of the community today, and we met up for dinner. And he officially asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said, of course, yes.
Aww,
Oh, yay.
that's so sweet.
Oh. He paid for a hotel and he invited me to spend the night with him. We swam in the pool since we didn't get a chance to last time. He's sleeping right now next to me as I write this. I can't sleep. I feel drunk and high at the same time. Is this normal? It's what happiness feels like.
Mhm.
I just want to take this moment to say if anyone has any questions about anything, feel free to ask. After hearing a couple different people read this story back and comment on it, I realize I might not have done the greatest job at explaining everything, but I'm only human. Unless something crazy happens, I probably won't update again until after my daughter's first birthday in August. At that point, Kayla should have her baby, so I'll definitely have an update. I hope everyone is doing well. I know summer can be crazy and hectic, and going on the internet isn't always fun. But when I'm on here, I do tend to enjoy myself. So thank you to everyone in my community for making this a beautiful place to be.
Aw, that's so sweet. Well,
Yay,
I
I'm
hope
so
it's
glad.
well.
I
Yeah.
know. At least things are taking a good turn for her.
Upward, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
a
yes.
good turn. Yes, we're
Yes,
going
good.
up.
Whew.
Because
Oh man,
that,
that was
whew,
a lot.
yeah. And if you guys just stuck around to listen to the update and have no idea what the rest of the story was, go watch it. Go watch it. You need
I'm
to
trying
know
to
the
remember
rest.
that. Is he speaking of remembering the story or hearing the story? I'm trying to remember. Did all of the stuff blow up around this time last year?
I don't remember timeline, but she had her baby last August.
Baby's August.
And I know it blew up before she had the baby.
I couldn't remember if she was second or third trimester when everything went down.
I have no idea. I don't remember.
No, because I was going to say, well, I think where she's at now versus where she was a year ago is probably a lot better. But I'm like, hang on. Just trying to double
Uh,
check myself.
Probably. The answer to that is probably. She's doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Even before everything blew up, everything was just hidden and there was a lot of drama because remember they were trying to plan a wedding.
They meaning Kayla and Nate for Nate and OP's wedding. Yeah.
Yeah. It was very Game of Thronesy.
Hence baby Joffrey.
We needed happy after that.
Yeah.
Hopefully things go well for this girl too and her baby.
Yes. Genuinely wishing the best for all involved.
Yeah.
And whether that means karma for a couple of people, mother-in-laws, in multiple stories in a row.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't fully planned. It just happened.
Is there any like father-in-laws that aren't bueno?
If you have a father-in-law story, send it our way and we will read it.
Kinda in like the pool party one, but then he came around and realized
He
like,
did come around pretty fat, yeah. He came around. But thanks for hanging out with us this week while we navigated the craziness of this episode. And we will see you next week for who knows what.
Yeah. I will say, by the way, navigating it, I'm envisioning a jungle,
Jenga? Oh.
a jungle exploration where they've got the machetes and they're hacking through the brush and all that. That is how I feel like we are navigating the chaos.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah. See y'all next week. Adios.
Bye.